exactly.
All right. So everyone get settled, and then we will.
Can I have some of this? Can I have some of this water right here?
Yeah, he didn't drink it.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I just got to laugh.
We will open with a statement from Coach after he sips his water.
Yeah, I just had to laugh. I'm sorry. Ooh. First of all, very, very proud of our men responding. We're a little short-handed today, having Rowan not feeling well. You know, hopefully we can get Ish Massoud back. You know, when we see Jaden's hand, you know, he had a pretty good hand injury there. Jay Heath in practice for the week. So we've been dealing with some bumps and bruises like everybody across the country, but I was proud of our guys' resilience once again. Obviously, we got some things to clean up defensively. On the ball, rebounding came to rear its ugly head today. But sometimes you got to do what you do to land the plane just to get the win. So very proud of our guys, proud of our late game execution. Really, really proud of how we executed. We got to stop here or there. It wasn't a defensive slug. Wasn't a defensive portrait, but I thought both teams did a good job scoring the ball. We were fortunate to make the right plays at the right time to come out with a win.
At the work that Jay was able to give you today, ailing a bit and obviously getting the assists along with some key buckets, what did you think of what he was able to give you under the circumstances?
Well, I'm proud of his growth. You know, again, if you look at where he's come from, I'm his fourth coach in 5 years. So trying to build that trust with him and trying to get him to understand it's about his growth and development along with the team. So I thought today was his best overall performance since we've had him, since we've been together. And I think that'll propel him to continue to do a little bit better. But I thought he impacted the game on both ends, and I was really proud of him.
Is Bristol becoming, maybe in your mind, a defensive stopper for you? Somebody who's, if somebody's hot, you can throw them on them and then kind of cool them off. Is that the role that you envision?
That's what we're trying to do. You know, again, I'm telling him we need an energy guy. We need a length guy. We need somebody who that's what their job is. And, you know, whenever you have somebody on your team that really buys into that role of being a stopper or whatever, I think he'll find his way to the court a little bit more. So I'm proud of how he's coming along. And again, we coach him very, very hard. We coach him very hard, and that's okay.
Hey, Dartrez, your mid-range game really showed today in an era where kids usually shoot threes and layups. Just how have you worked on that in the off season, and how is it paying off right now?
Just trying to work on it daily, trusting my work, and just going out there and just being confident. And a lot of kids don't really, do the mid-range anymore, but I know that's where my strength is. I just go out there and just play with confidence.
And Coach, for you, what was the message at halftime? Because it did seem like you were a heck of a lot more physical coming out the locker room second half on the defensive end.
Well, I think you got to give Jackson State a lot of credit. I mean, they were bringing it to us. I mean, they played with a lot of joy. They're coming off an incredible win against Missouri. I actually like their swag. I really do. I like their it, right? And that's something that we're growing into. But we got some pride in that locker room. We got pride. Our guys, knuckled up and did what we had to do. Sometimes it's not the beauty of the picture that it comes out, but the result is a win, right? So sometimes artists draw something, everybody says, well, that's ugly, but you know what? They sold 1 million copies of it, right? So we were the 1,000,001 copy today with a win. So it wasn't pretty, but it looked good to me in the W column.
And to kind of build off what you were saying a little earlier about, sort of the offense running the way you needed it to, especially down the stretch. That's 2 games in a row where people have made good decisions. You guys have made good decisions. Late second half in overtime the other night. How encouraged are you that development has come already with this group to this point?
Well, our staff is really big on preparation first and foremost. If you don't prepare, it's hard to win. And then our execution late game. We practice it every day. We talk about the importance of late game execution, right? I always say how we land in the plane, right? And again, I think our players have really bought into that. And again, it's not so much what we're teaching or coaching, is what are they buying into, right? So as the leader, as the coach, as the person in charge, it's more about getting them to believe and buy in versus just what you're saying.
Abs, they pretty much picked up 94 feet the whole game. Sometimes they pressed you as well. and you had a hurt hand. How was that challenge dealing with that constant pressure with a hurt hand?
I would say it was a challenge. You know, they pick up full court, but coach told us they was going to do that from the beginning. And all week this week we worked on getting pressed. Coach had us doing drills. We were getting pressed full court. I feel like it helped us in our preparation. Like coach said, our preparation just helped us out tremendously because we were ready for it.
Gotcha.
Do you feel like this is the best game you've played offensively?
I'm not really sure. My teammates were fine to me. I had it going for a little bit. I just feel like it was a good collective win.
Coach, even though you were shorthanded, the turnovers were low. I don't think you were in double. I think it was only 9. You had 4 at halftime. I know there was a point of emphasis this week after they turned over Missouri. How proud were you of these guys?
Especially being shorthanded and hurt. You know, I'm proud of our men. It takes time to build. It takes time to come together with continuity, synergy, and chemistry. And we know, you give them credit. Their defense has been really good, right? They play at a really good pace, helter-skelter. You know, they run 2 guys at the ball a lot. But in saying that, I thought our strength came out. One of the strengths of our team is our ability to make perimeter shots. And I thought that really, when they were in rotation, we were able to get 10-toe shots. When you're able to get 10-toe shots, you know, we can perform at a high level. You know, we may not get a bunch of 2s, but 3s go in. 3s are more than 2.
And as much as the depth was a concern, I think there was the sequence at the end that Drew Fielder made the 1 free throw at one end and then got the block at the other. How much of a kind of a growth opportunity is that, and for you, given that he was able to make that positive impact later?
Must have been in a locker room, because when I spoke to Drew, I said I thought that was his best overall performance, right? You know, we didn't do a great job in the first half physically rebounding the ball, but I thought he responded in the second half. His ability to pass, his ability to run offense, his length in front of the rim. He's just a baby that's still growing. I like where his future is with us. I think he has a high upside. I thought this was a big growth game for him. Really good growth game for him. And, you know, in the past, he missed the front end of the 1-and-1. So today we'll take 1, and hopefully on Wednesday, if he's in that situation, he makes 2.
Was there something they were doing in particular that was preventing you at times from getting the help side? Because it seemed like in the first half, they got a lot of 2 feet in the paint.
You know, I mean, I have to do a better job coaching the backside of our defense. You know, we give them credit for what they were able to run, and they, you know, found some holes in our defense. But that's just something we have to continue to get better at. It's a side ball screen. Right. It's a side ball screen, and you know, side ball screen. You got to make sure you protect nail and home plate, which is the midline, right? For everybody who's listening here, it's the middle of the floor, and we just were a little bit late in our rotation. But over time, we'll get better on that. All right.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Appreciate you.